Hello everyone and welcome back to I Am Technos. In today's video, we will take a closer look at Amazon Machine Images or AMIs, a useful feature in AWS. Stick around as we are going to cover a lot of topics starting with understanding what an AMI is and why it is used. Then we will explore different types of AMIs. After that, I'll walk you through the process of creating your own AMI and use it to launch an EC2 instance. We will also do a hands-on demo to copy and share AMIs across accounts and regions. Finally, we will wrap up with few best practices. Imagine you have an EC2 instance in AWS with a Python application ready for production deployment. And now you want to create more EC2 instances with this exact setup for load balancing or staging. Instead of repeating the manual configuration step each time for the EC2 instances, you can create a custom Amazon machine image, which is AMI from this instance. This AMI becomes your blueprint. Now, whenever you launch a new EC2 instance using this AMI, it comes preloaded with your operating system, software configuration, and the same Python web application and code, saving your time, ensuring consistency, and making scaling effortless. So, what is an AMI or Amazon machine image? Imagine an AMI as a ready-made blueprint or template for launching EC2 instances. It tells AWS exactly what kind of EC2 instance to launch. It includes operating system like Amazon Linux, Ubuntu, Red Hat, or Windows. It also contains software applications that are already installed, such as Apache or Python. Additionally, it includes settings like network configurations and permissions. It even defines block device mapping, which tells AWS how to attach storage volumes like EBS to your EC2 instance. In short, an AMI is a go-to template for launching EC2 instances with your preferred OS, apps, and configurations all neatly packed in one place. With the understanding of what an AMI is, let's see how it is actually used. An AMI is used to boot and configure an EC2 instance, and not just one. You can launch multiple instances from the same AMI, all with identical configurations. This is perfect when you need to scale or maintain consistency across your infrastructure. But where do these AMIs actually come from? There are several types of AMIs you can use in AWS depending on your needs and where they originate. First, we have AWS provided AMIs. These are official AMIs maintained by AWS. They include base operating system like Amazon Linux, Ubuntu, Red Hat, or Windows, and are regularly updated and secured by AWS. Next, we have public AMIs. These are AMIs made publicly available by AWS users or vendors. Anyone can use them, but you should review and verify the source before launching an instance for security reasons. Then we have shared AMIs. Another AWS account like a teammate, a vendor, or business partner can share an AMI directly with your account. These are helpful when you're working in a team or migrating environments between accounts. AWS Marketplace AMIs are another option. These are paid or free AMIs provided by trusted vendors through the AWS Marketplace. They often come with pre-installed licensed softwares like WordPress, Tableau, or third-party security tools. And finally, custom AMIs. You can create your own AMI from an existing EC2 instance. This is useful when you want to reuse a configured server setup, including operating system, software, and settings across multiple instances or environments. Next, let's explore why AMIs plays a crucial role in AWS workflows by looking at their key benefits. First, it saves time. Once you configured an EC2 instance, you can create an AMI and reuse it, avoiding the need to repeat setup steps for each new server. Second, it ensures consistency. Each instance launched from the same AMI has identical software, settings, and configurations, reducing the chances of errors or misconfigurations. Third, it simplifies scaling. Launch multiple instances from the same AMI to scale quickly with uniform setup. And finally, AMIs enable backup and recovery. Creating an AMI acts as a snapshot of your EC2 instance, allowing you to restore or replicate it in case of failure or data loss. Based on scenario we discussed earlier, let's see how to create an AMI from an EC2 instance and launch another EC2 instance from that AMI. First, we will launch an EC2 instance and install a simple web server like Apache. Then we will create an AMI from that instance. Since the first instance has Apache installed, the AMI will back up both the operating system and the Apache web server. Next, we will launch a new EC2 instance using that AMI. Because the AMI includes Apache, the new instance will also have the Apache server pre-installed. Finally, we will validate the Apache web server on the second instance using the instance public IP address. Go to AWS console. I'm working in the North Virginia region. In the search bar, type EC2 to open the EC2 dashboard. Then click on Launch Instance. Set the name as Instance1 Apache Server. This time, we will launch Ubuntu instance. So under the AMI section, choose Ubuntu and select 22.04 LTS, which is under free tier. For instance type, select T2 micro. Under key pair section, choose proceed without a key pair. In the network settings, ensure the SSH protocol is allowed and add a new rule to allow HTTP traffic to enable web access. Leave other options as default and click on Launch Instance. Once the instance is launched, scroll down and click on View All Instances. Wait for the instance to reach the running state. Now select the instance, click Connect, and under EC2 Instance Connect tab, click Connect again and wait for the session to be established. Once you are connected to the instance, run the following command: sudo apt-get update. So sudo runs the command with superuser privileges. Like we have yum for Amazon Linux, for Ubuntu we have apt-get. So yum or apt-get are the package manager tools that handles installation, updating, and removing the softwares or packages. And update tells apt-get to synchronize the package index with the source repository. So click enter. This command tells your system to check for the latest list of available softwares and updates. And it is a mandate command to run before installing or upgrading packages so that you don't accidentally install outdated or broken versions. Next, install Apache by running sudo apt-get install Apache 2-y. So sudo runs the command with administrative privileges. apt-get is a package manager tool as discussed before. Install tells apt-get that you want to install a package, and Apache 2 is the name of the package you want to install, in this case the Apache web server. -y automatically answers yes to any prompts during the installation, so the process runs without needing you to confirm each step. Then press enter. Once you confirm the web server is installed, go back to the AWS console, copy the public IP address under the details and paste it in a new browser tab. You should be seeing the default Apache 2 Ubuntu page as shown here. If you are unable to access the Apache page, here are some possible reasons and fixes. First, security group issues. So ensure the HTTP protocol is open in the security groups. If it is not, go back and add that rule. Second, VPN or office network restriction. If you are using a corporate laptop, your VPN might block HTTP traffic. Try opening the public IP address in a browser on your phone using mobile data or home Wi-Fi. If it works there, you can proceed as this step is confirmed successful. Third, if you accidentally try to open the IP address using the HTTPS, it won't work. So ensure you use HTTP and manually type or paste the IP address in a new browser window. So these steps should help you successfully launch the instance and access the Apache web server. Now that the EC2 instance has Apache web server installed, next let's create an AMI from the instance. Go back to the instances page, select the instance you just set up, click on Actions, under Image and Templates, choose Create Image. Give your image a name, for example, Apache AMI. In the description field, you can enter something like Apache installed on Ubuntu. You can also see instance root volume listed under the storage settings. You can leave as it is unless you want to make some changes. Finally, scroll down and click on Create Image to start creating the AMI. When you launch an EC2 instance, it comes with the instance and at least one root volume. In the console, you can see the instances listed here under Instances tab. To view the volume of this instance, go to left navigation pane. Under Elastic Block Store, click on Volumes. And this is the root volume of your EC2 instance. Now, when you create an image from the instance, AWS generates both AMI and a snapshot. You can view the AMI by going to the images and click on AMIs. You will see the image with the tag we provided, and it is private to the account owner by default. And the associated snapshot can be found under the Elastic Block Store. Go to snapshots. Do a refresh to reflect the snapshot. Now that the image has been created, let's launch another EC2 instance using this AMI. Go to EC2 console, click on instances, and click launch instance. Give the instance a name tag, this time instance to Apache server. Under the AMI section, click on my AMIs. The AMI we created will be automatically selected as it is the only one available. Select T2 micro as the instance type. Under the key pair section, proceed without a key pair. Since we are not connecting to the instance, disable SSH port as a best practice and enable HTTP protocol as we only need web access. Leave the remaining settings as default and click on launch instance. Once redirected, scroll down and click on view all instances and refresh the page to see the newly launched second instance. Finally, let's access the Apache server running on the second instance using the public IP address from the browser. Go back to the EC2 console, select the second instance, copy its public IP address, and paste it in a new browser tab. You will see the Apache default page. So even though we didn't connect to the instance or manually install Apache, we are able to access the web server because we launched the instance using the AMI that already had the Apache pre-installed. So in real world scenarios, the application setup in the AMI can be much more complex and production ready. In part 2, we will cover few practical insights from this hands-on and we'll understand the real world behavior of AMIs, including how they capture the system state, their limitations, and how to effectively use, copy, and share them across regions and accounts. That's it for this part. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for part 2. Take care and happy learning.